Goldilocks and Just One Bear by Lee Hodgkinson. Once upon a time, there was this bear. One minute he was lolloping about in the woods, all happy-go-lucky. The next minute he hadn't a crumb of a clue where he was. He was completely lost. So here he's walking through the forest, then he looks up and he's totally lost. And here we can see all of these signs saying, "Go this way, go back." It says wrong way. Oh, let's see what happens next. The bear didn't much like this place. Too many bright lights and not enough twigs. Too much loud honking and beeping and not nearly enough owl hooting. The bear was also a teeny bit scared, and his furry legs had gone slightly wobbly. "Maybe the thing to do," said the bear, looking around, "is to nip into Snooty Towers here and get away from this terrible racket." So the bear has now found himself in the city. So the bear came from the woods and now finds himself in the city with cars honking and beeping and all of these signs and buildings with lights flashing. So here is Snooty Towers, and he says to himself, "Why don't I just go in here and I can get away from all of this noise?" But the spinny Snooty Towers door made the bear feel dizzy, and being dizzy with wobbly legs was bad news. So his knees are all wobbly, his legs are shaking because he's scared, and he goes into the building, and it's one of these revolving doors that you just sort of stand and you walk with the door as the door moves around, and that made that bear dizzy. What the bear needed was a little sit down. A little sit down somewhere would definitely see him tickety-boo. So he's just wanting to calm down. So that's what he needs, is he needs just some time to go someplace quiet and sit down, and then he can feel tickety-boo, which I'm guessing means that he'll feel calm and happy. So here we can see now he's going up an elevator, and this is a tall building, so it says level 18. So he's going to go up to a higher floor in a high-rise building. The bear peeked through the door and thought how very pleasant it was up here. Not nasty and noisy like down there, thought the bear. Just the place for a little sit down. And that whooshy traveling was certainly a hungry business, so before his little sit down, a spot of porridge seemed like a good idea. So he goes into this place, and he's in someone's home, and he's like, "Oh, it's quiet here, it's peaceful." But because he was doing all of this traveling and ended up actually getting lost, now he's feeling sort of hungry. So he's going to look for some porridge before he sits down and relaxes. "This porridge is too soggy," said the bear. "This porridge is too crunchy," said the bear. "This porridge is a bit on the dry side," said the bear, "but it's better than nothing." Now the bear was ready for his little sit down. But oh no, when we look, he grabs the fish tank and he starts drinking the water, and he says, "It's soggy, it's all wet. I don't really like that." And then down here he has some snacks, and I think it looks like goldfish crackers. So he thinks it's porridge because he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know about goldfish crackers, and he's eating it. He's like, it's too crunchy. And then this porridge, he's calling this porridge, but it looks to me like he's got some toast with maybe some nut butter on there or something like that. And he's like, "It's a little dry, but it's fine. It's fine for now." So he eats it up and is now ready for his sit down. "This chair is too ouchy," said the bear. "This chair is too noisy," said the bear. Ah, this chair is just right, said the bear. A little sit down is all very well, but what the bear really needed to feel better was an old-fashioned lie down on a comfy bed. So the bear thinks that this is a cactus or thinks that this is a chair, so he gets on this cactus and is sitting there and he's like, ow, this saguaro is all pokey. It has all of those spines and thorns, and he says, oh, it's ouchy, it hurts. So he gets off of that. Then he tries to sit on this cat, and oh no, I'm guessing that cat didn't like that very much and made a loud meow sound. So he says, it's too noisy. But then finds what looks like a beanbag chair, sits on it and says, yeah, it's just right. But bears are really big and heavy, and furniture isn't made for bears. And this little line right here, whoop, bloop, bloop, shows us that he probably jumped right onto the beanbag chair, and we can see that now it has split open and the insides are falling out. Well, sitting in the chair was fine, but he says what he really needs is to lay down in a comfy bed. This bed is too frothy, said the bear. This bed is too pink, said the bear. This bed is just right, yawned the bear. So first the bear sees a bathtub, and the bear's never seen a bathtub before. So the bear gets in, and it's full of bubbles, and it's all wet, and so the bear doesn't like that. Then the bear finds this pink bed, and the bear's not happy with that one either. But then the bear finds this bed, and oh, look at it's green, and it has leaves on it, and it's super comfortable. There's a little bear right down here, so maybe that made the bear feel comfortable, and now the bear has gone to sleep. The bear dreamt of crunching through leaves. The bear dreamt of pottering about in his slippers. The bear dreamt of a voice shouting very, very loudly. I wonder what he's going to hear. Somebody's been eating my fishbowl, said the daddy person. Somebody's been eating my dear little pumpkin's kitty nibbles, said the mommy person. And somebody's been eating my toast, said a little person, and they've eaten it all up. So now the daddy person is looking at the fishbowl, and there's not very many fish, and there's not very much water left in that fishbowl. And then the goldfish crackers, what I thought were goldfish crackers, were actually kitty treats. Oh no, and the mom says somebody's been eating the kitty nibbles, the little kitty treats. And then the little kid says, somebody's been eating my toast, and it's all gone. So the bear was dreaming about being in the forest, and then all of a sudden he hears the sound, and it wakes him up. Unfortunately, the bear was not dreaming at all. He was wide awake and back in real life again. Oh, we see his face when he realizes that, oh no, this is really happening. Somebody has squished my cactus, said the daddy person. Somebody has upset my dear little pumpkin, said the mummy person. And somebody has popped my beanbag, said the little person. So the dad's looking at the cactus, at the saguaro, and now it's all bent and looks like the arms have broken off. And the cat over here looking at the cat's face. Oh, that cat is angry. And the mama is saying, oh, the cat's so upset. Somebody's upset the cat. And over here, the little kid is saying, somebody popped my beanbag. But the little kid actually looks like it's okay. The little kid is playing with all the little stuffing from the beanbag. So at least there's that. Let's see what happens next. The bear thought the mummy person looked ever so slightly familiar. And the mummy person thought that, now look at scoffing other people's breakfast, breaking other people's stuff, and snoozing in other people's beds. So did we miss something here? I think we might have missed something. Oh, we sure did. So let's backtrack a little bit. I skipped a page, so here we are. Okay, then the next page. Oh, I thought we were missing something. Somebody has been sleeping in my bath, said the daddy person. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed, said the mummy person. Shh, whispered the little person. I think that somebody is sleeping in my bed right now. So the parents look pretty upset, but this little kid looks happy. Little kid's pointing at the bear and saying, shh. The bear peeked from under the duvet, a duvet is a cover, to see the daddy person, the mummy person, and the little person standing right in front of him. Okay, so now we can go here. Well, now the bear is seeing the family, but the bear thought the mummy person looked ever so slightly familiar, and the mummy person thought, oh, and now she's remembering, we can see her thought bubble, when she was eating the porridge, breaking chairs, sleeping in other people's beds, and... Little bear? Said the mummy person. Goldilocks? Said the bear. It just so happens that when she was a little kid, they called her Goldilocks, and she was the one in Baby Bear's bed, and this is the baby bear all grown up too. So now they recognize each other. Porridge? Asked Goldilocks. The bear nodded. So Goldilocks cooked up a big bowl and plonked it in front of him. So she made a huge bowl of porridge and gave all of it to the bear. It was not too hot. It was not too cold. It was just right. It made the bear almost forget about that once upon a time when Goldilocks had behaved so poorly and broken all of the things. This little bear would never dream of doing anything like that. Sort of a funny joke, though, because the bear didn't mean to do those things, but the bear did. The bear came in and ate up their food and ate some things that weren't meant to be eaten, and then broke the cactus, upset the cat, and broke a chair. Ooh, but it was on accident, of course. Then got into the bathtub and made a mess, messed up Goldilocks' bed, and then was sleeping in the little kid's bed. So even though the bear didn't mean to do all of those things, it still happened. But it's sort of funny because it's saying this little bear would never do anything like that. And though it had been good to see Goldilocks living so happily ever after with those charming people, the bear decided it was time to go back home to the woods. And it looks like they gave the bear a map so the bear can get out of the city and back into the woods. Oh, it looks like they even gave the bear a little bag that says, I love NYC, which is New York City.